You know, they say, well, he hasn't been in Washington long enough. We need to season and stew him a little bit more. And boil all the hope out of him. So he sounds just like us. And then he will be ready. You know, the American people, they understand that's not a good bet. They understand the biggest gamble right now is to have the same old characters playing the same old Washington games over and over and over again and somehow expecting a different result. That's a risk we cannot afford. That's a gamble we cannot take. We got to turn the page and write a new chapter in American history. So the American people understand that, but you know, what we've also been seeing lately is that, you know, when I was 20 points down, everybody loved me. Now that we're tied, suddenly there's all kinds of stuff going on out here. But this is part of what we have to change. You know, folks just willing to say anything just to get elected. That's how Washington works. I was laughing when we had the debate a couple of days ago. You remember. And people were asked, what's your biggest weakness? So I thought, you know, because I'm like an ordinary person, I thought that they meant, what's your biggest weakness? So I said, well, you know, I don't handle paper that well. You know, my desk is a mess. I need somebody to help me file the stuff all the time. So the other two, they say, well, my biggest weakness is I'm just too passionate about helping poor people. I am just too impatient to bring about change in America. And if I had gone, if I had gone last, I would have known what the game was. I just said, well, you know, I like to help old ladies across the street. Sometimes they don't want to be helped. It's terrible. Folks, they don't tell you what they mean. Senator Clinton, we were talking about the bankruptcy bill. We're talking about the bankruptcy bill. This is a bill she voted for in 2001 that the credit card companies and the banks have been pushing to make it harder for people to get out of debt after they've been induced with these teaser rates, and suddenly they've got 30% interest on their credit cards, and folks are going bankrupt and they're trying to file bankruptcy, but they've made it harder to get out of these debts. So Senator Clinton votes for this. So she's asked about it by Tim Russert, and she explains, well, sort of, I don't know, here's why I did this. And then she says, I voted for it, but I was glad to see that it didn't pass. What does that mean? What? No, seriously, what does that mean? If you didn't want to see it pass, then you can vote against it. People don't say what they mean. You know what I'm saying is true. On the side, it's remember now. Remember what I'm saying. I mean, we're seeing it now. I have said over and over again, I'm against Yucca. I'm against Yucca Mountain. I think the science is not there. I've never been for Yucca. Never been for it. Never said I was for it. Suddenly, you've got the Clinton camp out there saying he's for Yucca. What part of I'm not for Yucca do you not understand?